bizarre things. Like, I used to, like, I remember I was 21. I was talking to someone that's 31. What is my own there? And
overwhelming, like you're not there.
And always patronizing me. It's like I can't know. By the way, I had to be dumb. To him, I had to be dumb. Because every time he says something, he's 10 years older than me, so he's the winner. I'm the loser.
I'm talking, there's people who are like 21 who are dating like 67-year-olds and they're saying they're so happy. But okay, let's be real. Even sexually, like it must be different. Like as you grow older, even me personally, your body requires and is satisfied by different things. When you're that old, genuinely, like how does it even work? Like,
but one thing I've realized about older men though, I think for them they get more.
In Kingston, Jamaica.
Vibes Cartel.
World boss.
Leave Sidham alone.
Free Sidham.
Free Sidham, we free you from the
They asked us where we've been at.
Hi guys, welcome back to Real and Raw. I'm Lucky, the people them's mum. If you ain't got no manners, I'ma teach you some.
It's Shanice Kasongo, the one and only. It's given Marmite. You either love me or you don't. Yeah, and we're back. And we're back.
Hey, JJ. Listen, we are so excited to be back. And we have a structure, guys. We know exactly how you want the episode to go this time.
We know who we're coming to be. I feel like I'm excited this time. The first time was like, okay, yeah, we're coming back. But now I feel like we're in our groove.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Ready to chat. So we have a structure. We have a starter, okay? A starter activity. And this episode starter activity is Real and Raw's hot take.
Okay.
So we are going to discuss two controversial topics.
Okay then.
And see what we think.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so the first one. Oh, that don't make no sense. We haven't even told them what the episode's about.
That's true. Yeah, we'll be excited. That's true. So, Lan, let them know.
Today's episode is about self-love.
Self-love.
That's the topic of the episode. We have various different segments of where we're going to go within self-love, but today we're talking all things self-love.
All things self-love.
Okay, so the Real and Raw hot take, the first one. Can people in big age gap relationships really have self-love? So I'm talking like a 20-year-old with like a 55-year-old.
You know what's so crazy? I literally watch Keke Palmer and Demi Lovato. Is that her name? Keke Palmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to make a remark.
Yeah, no.
They actually did
why am I the one verifying though? I'm terrible with names, but anyway, yeah.
They actually did a podcast sit down together talking, just like how we're talking, and they're basically saying that a lot of people were taking liberties and violating them, and they didn't realize. They were basically saying saying at 15, her man was 20, but because they were in the industry, it was like people were making it like it's normal. Demi Lovato said something like she was 20, her man was 40, and they were like, wait, hold on, we were just getting violated the whole time.
I personally think it's
and they feel like because they were in that industry, people were making it like it's normal, but it's not normal. And they realized when they got to a certain age, when they were like 20 or 30, like, wait, hold on, at this age, someone was chatting to me when I don't even know who I am or what I'm doing. Of course, they were taking advantage of me. Do you know what I mean? So, me personally, you know me, I used to love talking to someone older. I used to love those bizarre things. I don't know.
I'm so glad you used that word.
Yeah, bizarre things. Like, I used to like, I remember I was 21. I was talking to someone that's 31. What is my own there? And
overwhelming, like you're not there.
And always patronizing me. It's like I can't know. By the way, I had to be dumb. To him, I had to be dumb. Because every time he says something, he's 10 years older than me, so he's the winner. I'm the loser. He's the winner. I hated it. And you know when you actually start to deep it, yeah, he was insecure. You were very low, and you picked me up.
Forced that on me.
And you came to abuse.
Because I'm a big believer of soul ties, and I just feel as though when the age gap is so big, that person has gone through so much more than you, that what you're tying yourself to is just an unfair tie. Like, personally, like when you're in the same age gap, it's like there's potential for it to be equal, that okay, this person's gone through this, that person's gone through that, so you're equally sharing the burdens. When there's a huge age gap, it's not possible. You haven't had enough life.
That's a decade.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't had enough life.
You know what? 5 years, and I feel like as well, guys, at a certain age, I feel like now if someone is 30 and then maybe you speak to a 40-year-old, okay, now you've done all
a bit of life,
the teenage, 30, do you get it?
Yeah.
But to be...
Okay then, so what are we calling a big age gap then? Because you keep talking in 10 years. To me, I think I could fathom someone who's 30 with a 40-year-old. It doesn't blow my mind.
But I think 30 to like even 60. Why? But why do you have to go so far?
Because I'm talking, there's people who are like 21 who are dating like 67-year-olds and they're saying they're so happy. But okay, let's be real. Even sexually,
why?
like it must be different. Like as you grow older, even me personally, your body requires and is satisfied by different things. When you're that old, genuinely, like how does it even work? Like,
But one thing
in
I've
that
realized about
capacity.
older men, though, I think for them they get more. But I think for them, yeah,
the capacity
they starting at. Cause me,
they peak.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like,
What?
hey,
Is that the best?
what's going on
Really?
over there?
Really?
I can't even lie. People try, but I can't lie.
What experience wins?
10 out of 10, over 10.
Never minus 10. What?
No, I can't lie. They know what they're doing.
Is it?
They know what they're doing. I feel like that's what helped me to be the experience where I am because of them.
All right then, but what about things like lipsing now? You know how
But
I
they
feel
can
about
lips.
kissing
They
and
know how
that,
to
but like,
lips.
is your mouth more wrinkly?
Jesus is Lord. Okay,
It
but
is
I've never been
though.
with a 6-year-old.
Just bite your
Hey,
lip.
disclaimer, sorry.
I know
Because
you put yourself in that
I don't want
category.
to start
That's
thinking
why I
I went
said
to
let's say
60.
the gap.
No. Just 10 years older. Calm down.
No, let's say the gap, because I think if it's like anything more than like 15 years, I just think it's insane.
Okay, because I've done, 30, 43.
What? So what? Like, where did you go with that though? Like, what was it like? Like, what's the banter
I know people
like?
was like,
the
first of all, people
conversation.
lie about the age, and then you start finding the truth and you look through their things.
I don't even want to find that.
And then,
truth, bro.
and I went, me, I'm going for things. I need to see.
DOB.
I need to see that DOB.
I need to see the
Even when I
card.
saw it, I said, aye, you can lie.
But what are they like, young and hip and ready?
No,
to
but
go?
you know my man, he was like, he's young,
ready
he's
to
cool,
go
he's sick.
outside, like ready for the club. And that's what I'm
He's
saying.
lit,
Bury
he's
you like
lit.
in the Hayats and you don't even know.
You don't know.
You're with
He
what,
was lit.
55 and that.
He was giving vibes.
Really?
He understands
Alright,
the
but
things.
then at what age? Like, even is that self-love? Like, at what age are you
No, but
going
I
to
feel
stop
like it's a
giving
problem,
vibes
though.
in the club?
Now,
bro?
actually, when I actually think about it, I feel like a lot of them have problems.
It's
Like,
a sickness.
you're actually 43.
in
What?
the club.
Can you, when are you going to
Relentlessly.
calm down?
I don't think that's right.
It's not right. Self-love, a lot of people don't love themselves.
And a lot of
They don't.
men, I think sometimes when we say self-love, it sounds as though don't look at my nails as well. When we talk about self-love, sorry, that was a bit aggressive, but it's my truth. We tend to refer to women, but I think a lot of men as well really, really struggle with self-love, because can you
A lot
really
of
love
them.
yourself?
A lot of them
And be
struggle
in that
their
predicament.
self-esteem, self-love, they really don't.
Even like
'Cause if
their
you really love
capacity to
yourself as
be with
well.
people that know that they don't love them, but they just want them for their money. I think that's so
And
insane.
vibes. And think about it. How can you literally be at that age? All you're thinking about is going to places where there's young kids. Are you a pedophile? Are you a predator?
None.
Think about it. Think
'Cause
about it.
it's
You're going. You're excited to go somewhere with the
overwhelming.
18-year-olds are going all the time.
And that's your attraction.
And in
Sometimes
fact, that's
I
what you
wonder
go to
about
look
that.
for.
Yeah, like
That
that's
is
what
you're
you're
not
look like.
well.
It's a sickness.
You're not well.
And a lot of them have already had wives. So I just think to myself, respectfully, you've been beaten. Like, you've been having intercourse. So what is actually
What is
the
it?
problem?
And you want to get the fresh ones. The fresh, because the way they speak, the way they speak about them, like that one, when you find those young ones, that's how they talk.
And you know it's across all nationalities. Because right now we sound like we're talking about us, but like all the nationalities. I'm talking Europeans,
Everywhere.
Asians.
These
The
yeah boys.
old man love the young gal. I don't know what it is. But you know what?
No, I think for them, they want to, maybe I think they want to see.
Feel
if it's-
younger.
They want to feel younger. I'm telling you, it's about them. Inside, they're having personal identity issues.
Well,
That's why they're
yeah,
doing it.
I think the real and raw hot take is if you can actually settle with somebody who is so much older than you and who has done so much more life than you, respectfully, my opinion is you need to work on it.
You need to work on it.
Find God,
Something's wrong.
say a prayer, love yourself, take
Something's
a look in the
wrong.
mirror and believe that you are worth more. I don't think you're
Please.
worth all that baggage. I don't. Sorry, I don't even want it for you.
Like he
Please.
said, she doesn't want it.
Please get off. Okay, the second one and the last one. We're gonna do 2 hot takes in the episodes that we do hot takes. So it won't be every week as well, guys. Like the start activities,
Even
hot
become
takes. We're
one.
gonna switch it up. But this week's start activity is hot takes. So the second one is: can someone who dates married people or people in relationships really have self-love?
No.
Impossible. In fact,
No.
I'm affirmatively saying you hate yourself to the highest degree.
You actually think you're ugly.
And you hate
Sorry.
society as well.
But you actually think you're ugly.
Yeah.
In this, why? I
With
think I can
all the
even
fish in
just
the
die
sea.
personally, even linking someone and knowing that they're even linking someone else.
Someone else.
So the fact that you even tell me you're married, that you actually are going home to someone that you apparently love, and then be coming to me.
But how do people find themselves? Let's dissect it. How do people find themselves in those predicaments? Because I'm sure nobody starts. Well, some people actually do start out knowing that that's someone's partner. Those people are just too far gone for me.
No,
but
those ones are mental health.
Yeah,
That's mental health.
But let's talk about the ones who start the love, start the romance, and then they find out that, oh my God, this person is either married or has a girlfriend or has a baby mum or whatever the situation is.
Yeah. I can on that one I can speak from experience. Something like that's happened to me, unfortunately. I was just minding my business, living my life.
How did you let go?
And someone came to bombard me. You have to. What are you gonna do? You have to
But
just
some
let go.
people don't have that capacity.
Okay, I'm not gonna be fake. Maybe I stay for like extra 2 weeks. No, I'm not gonna be fake, guys. This is real and raw. We're not being fake. I stay for like an extra 2 weeks, but then after I deep to like, no, that's so sad. Like, why would you even do that to me? Like, you actually, to me, it made me think you actually don't rate me. Like, come on, man. You think I'm not worthy of your love alone? I should share you with somebody. I don't want it, and I let go. And send it back to sender. Sorry, wife, Gary alone.
And for the ones that stay, it's just extreme. Like you genuinely cannot tell me that
but
you value
I do think
yourself.
they're lucky. A lot of people in those predicaments, they get into it. They've never been maybe felt like they've been loved like that. They meet someone like this who is loving them, love bombing them basically, making them feel important, doing things for them that no one actually does for them. And this is the problem because it's desperation.
But you see me
It's
then, I think I'm
desperation.
broken because you see the problem with me. You can't even love bomb me because what is that love? Respectfully.
No,
respectfully.
me anyway, it's good we have two people.
Yeah.
I have to speak to the people that I've been love bombed
Because me is what,
The bombs were
wake up.
on my head.
The last time I was love bombed, and mine wasn't even love bomb. Mine was I was deciding I want abuse. Because you see what I think about me? I have to be honest and open. This is real and raw.
Woo!
When I was in a very toxic, disgusting, the foulest of relationships, I went through everything that people go through in like multiple relationships in one. That relationship, I was actively choosing abuse. I was 16, 17, and I don't know why abuse was a bit fun for me. And we're going to speak about it later when we speak about our personal experiences of self-love. But for me, it was a little bit like it came with the territory. Do you know what I mean? And it was just kind of like...
And you're not lying, because that is real. And this is why we have to have these conversations. Because me too. I knew I was being abused, and I wanted that abuse. At that time, I wanted it.
It was a fun abuse, you know?
It was a fun abuse. Toxic.
My friends actually used to look at me like, are you meant to... What? Those texts, I can be in the phone, we're cussing each other. But I'm having the best time. Not the best time, but like...
But in the moment, I'm having fun.
It's like, yeah.
In the moment, I was having fun.
It's a sickness.
But it's not a normal fun.
And that is the lack of self-love that we're referring to, by the way.
Because clearly I didn't love myself.
It's madness.
In fact, I hated myself. I should have got a knife and stabbed myself.
I ended it on.
If you don't marry me, I'm going to kill myself.
That's another thing. All right, we'll talk about that later. Like ultimatums. Do they show self-love? I don't know. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Write that down. Let's not forget that one, yeah?
All right, I got that. We are now going to be a bit messy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember we said we have to talk about things that are happening in society, like conversations that we're having, like this is real and raw, like this is what people who don't have no one to talk to us, you know what I mean? So we're going to talk about some people in the industry and discuss whether things that they're doing we feel are displaying self-love. Now, one thing I do want to say before we go any further, in terms of the things we'll discuss of other people, we'll always try our hardest to keep it respectful, but the bottom line is, same with us. If you put yourself in the public eye, you have to be prepared that you will be a topic of conversation. That's the era that we're in now. And so it would be silly of us to not discuss these things because there are valuable life lessons in the things that we banter about or the memes that we see or the stories that we see on shade boroughs and shade rooms. Do you understand? Like there's real life situations that a lot of people can relate to within these stories. And so we're going to dig out some of the real life situations and we are going to start right in Kingston, Jamaica.
Vibes Cartel.
World boss.
Leave Sidham alone.
Free Sidham.
Free Sidham, we free you from the shackles.
Because you know what, I want the Jamaicans to come in the comments now. Because I'm asking you guys genuinely a genuine question. Whenever people get in the comments of videos of Vibes Cartel and they're backing Sidham and they're saying this is so disrespectful, whatever, a lot of Jamaican women or Jamaican men let us know that we do not understand the culture or it's a culture that we're trying to understand that's not ours. But I just want to understand what part of it is the culture. Is the daggering the culture and like what culture does that represent? No, because I'm not even trying to like mock or disrespect in any way, but genuinely, it's something I can't wrap my brain around. That like somebody whining with somebody else would be a form of culture. Do you
And you know
understand?
what's even pissing me off is the fact that all of these girls that are whining with him,
They
all
want
know
to.
Sidham.
Yeah,
by the
and they
way.
want, and they
and
want,
they all
if
pretend that they
had
like her,
opportunity,
and
they would be,
they keep whining with him,
Yeah,
and I just
they
feel
would.
like them as well.
And surely
Why do you
that
not
can't
love
be
yourself?
culture.
Why?
Surely
That's
that
not culture.
can't be. It can't be.
That's disgrace.
Surely it can't be. But then we have to ask ourselves, does Sidham actually want it to stop? She doesn't seem uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
And we
be
have to
honest,
be truthful.
The problem here is Sidham is the issue.
in toxic
She actually doesn't love herself because there's no way on earth that, first of all, not to be rude,
in prison.
this guy was in prison for how long? He came out. He's not looking the same vibes cartel he used to be. Not to be rude.
I didn't say that word, boss. I
No,
love your
not
word,
to,
vibes,
not no.
Captain.
I love vibes cartel. He's not, but he's not the man that you even fell in love with before. Do you know what I mean? He's new. Everything's fresh. Why do you feel like you have to sit down and take that?
and accept it, yeah. And like
what?
what part of it feels like love? Because that's what I've always wanted to understand. Like my understanding of love, and of course, love isn't the same for everybody.
And I think it's
know
actually
that.
violating because think about it, Lucky. If someone rode for you for that long, and then as well you come out you're sick, and she's actually saying that for better or worse, that I actually love you, I'm gonna be there. Bro, that guy was whining so much one time on the thing, he fainted. Did you not see? And she's been there. Now I'm actually thinking about it, it's pissing me off, you know. He's actually violating Sidham. She's actually
Vibes,
riding.
man,
Vibes,
lower,
man.
lower, lower.
We
a
love
little
you,
bit,
Vibes.
man.
Stop doing this to
But he
Sidham.
does little things. He did the little proposal. He does little teddies and that.
Proposal, bruv. I was proposing to me that you go back to wine on a yacht.
Love is love.
I don't want that love.
When money enter, love is sweeter.
And
That's the problem.
That's
When
the
money
problem.
enters, well,
Because I don't want to be fake.
We have to be
I think money
honest.
can make me change my mind.
Because that's the next couple we're going to talk about. Like, can money, number one, genuinely make you find someone attractive? Because
course.
I think that a lot of
some
people,
people can be
you're not
so
attracted
ugly.
to my man on a regular basis.
No
Let's
way.
be honest. You
No
understand?
way. Let's be real.
All right, let's talk about the lovely and beautiful pregnant Scotty and Lemmy.
That dweeb. Sorry.
Before the baddies come and punch us up in the street. I can fight though.
Baddies.
Love it.
Sorry, guys, I'm joking.
But
I just feel like he acts like such a dweeb towards
Yeah.
her. Like,
Yeah.
how have you got? Okay,
I don't really understand the relationship, to be honest.
she's pregnant now. Anyway, how you get them is how you lose them. So Scotty, me love you, but how you get the man is how you're gonna lose them. Man.
So this is the thing though, pinning that. Because I don't know, something about Scotty gives me she wouldn't go with someone else's man. How sure are we that they were still together? This Janela, what's her name?
or maybe, but he was telling her they're not together. That's what men do.
And that's a real thing as
Men
well.
do that.
Yeah.
They say, yeah, we're not together.
It's a real
We're
thing,
in a
yeah.
rocky place. We're breaking up. In fact, he even said on a podcast that he's open. He was having his own problems. So sorry, if a man says that to you, I'm open, I'm confused. That's not my issue.
I just
now.
never understand things like that though. What do you mean? Like, what are you saying?
Me, I
when
think,
you say
me
that?
personally, I don't talk about people's things, but I don't even think it's for the straights. That's me personally. I think this is all a facade, and Scotty's
Doing her own thing.
She's a good person to use for him to come out the limelight for those. Because I don't understand why Bobby Lights is always everywhere. That's me personally. Bobby, wherever she
That's
goes,
the real babe.
Bobby Lights is always there. So me, that's my
Yeah, I got
confession.
the tea here first.
So for me, that's where I'm at with it. But I do feel like, yeah, Scotty doesn't give, like she would openly do that, but lucky you can't vouch for no one. Because everyone that I feel like couldn't do that did it. That's my truth.
Because I personally think, all right, cool. There's a number of factors when it comes to Scotty and Lemmy that I don't really understand. Number one, I don't think they suit. Personally, that's just me though. But it's not for me to choose. Everybody chooses their love, and if they're attracted to each other, they're attracted to each other. They don't have to suit.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, and
It's about the heart.
they
it's
might
about
suit
the
to some other people and not
conversations.
suit to me. So
Yeah.
fairs. That point's irrelevant. But I don't understand why, and this is even aside from the relationship, why number one, Scotty feels like she needs to stay in baddies while pregnant. Every other baddie, when they get pregnant, they leave. So like Tinkerbella, she went.
You know, I keep thinking, why is this woman carrying this baby to some demonic places?
And it's like they do, oh, security, you nearly hit Scotty, but obviously we're on baddies.
Buddies, we're fighting. Why
Like
is
there's
she there?
nowhere else
And
to
this is what I mean
go.
about him. I don't think he actually
Thinks.
respects as a person. Because even when he went away for Baddies Gone Wild or whatever, he's gone now. And then he's recording that and he's saying, oh, you didn't come to the baby shower.
It's so
And
distasteful.
and that's
I think
so
he doesn't
and
respect the way that Scotty feels about what Natalie's doing to her.
it's
And
a
that's
violation,
very apparent.
man. It's a
Because
violation.
even the way that, like, I get it, you guys have like a business relationship, you and Natalie, but let's keep it about Natalie is not the sort of person who keeps things professional. That's not really her vibe. And that's fine. That's how she's made her millions. Do you understand me? I can't talk on a businesswoman who makes all her money. Good for you. Do you understand me? But she doesn't make her money through clean business. It involves a bit of mess, and she's never shied away from that. She's never said anything different. So for you to openly, continuously have a friendly rapport. Now, I'm not talking a business rapport like a manager rapport.
Friendly.
A friendly rapport like you lot are brethren when she openly, constantly violates you, your missus, and the pitney inside
and
the
the
belly.
baby as well, man.
I just don't really
It's
get
just
it.
not- it's not nice.
Like,
I
do
just
you
feel like-
love yourself, Lemmy?
Yeah.
And do you love your
a lot
kids
of these
and do
people
you
don't
love
love
your
themselves. They
missus?
don't even have integrity. Like, they're all doing this. They love money so much, they'll put money before themselves.
And that's another thing as well that has really impacted self-love in this day and age. Genuinely, people think it's normal to say things like, I will do whatever it takes to get to the bag. That statement worries me a lot, because what does
very
whatever
worrying.
it takes mean? There has to be a limit. Money
Nah,
is
a
the root
lot of
of all
people don't have a
evil.
limit,
There
man.
has to be a limit.
A lot of people have no limit.
And that scares me. Because where are we
Scared.
headed then?
I'm petrified.
Like,
I'm
where's the
petrified.
self-love, babe? I hear some people, like, even let's talk about it. The people that are going abroad and transporting drugs, has it ever been that serious? Like, genuinely, for the love of money in this United Kingdom where we have benefits and all the rest of it, has it ever genuinely been that serious? Or do you hate yourself?
You
want
have
to
to
go
take
to prison?
yourself. Me. You
In a
listen, man.
suitcase
And
that
can I
has
say
even got my
something?
name.
I dare someone to ever ask me
No,
to
but-
change your thing. I dare someone to ever ask me.
I can even report you to police.
And as you've written it, I'm screenshotting it. I'm calling the police here. Ale, go and collect them. I dare.
Forward to this address, cause
Is everything alright?
it's honestly.
I don't know what kind of love people are doing. Even me, sorry, these people with their prison bays as well, overdoing the prison bays. I don't know what's going on.
All right, do you know what? Yeah, real and raw.
Real and raw.
I've had a prison bay. It was more than a bay. Okay, so my first
Hey,
ever
sorry?
relationship, because I'm a long
Remember
relationship
that guy
girl.
that guy that was trying to talk to me was in prison.
No, and he got so angry that day. Whoa, and
No,
that's another thing.
and
we
that's
don't
why it's
talk
not for
about.
me.
Yeah,
One thing
the
about me,
emotions behind
I
it.
can't
is
do with those
intense.
kind of things. It's too
intense.
rough. It's too rough. I like
Locked up
soft
love.
things.
Jeez,
That guy could have killed me that day. I don't want it. I don't
The
want it.
emotional turmoil, because I have long relationships, and so I've only had a few. And my first ever relationship, I was in the relationship with the person, and then they went to prison.
No, that's
during
different, though.
the course of our relationship. So I didn't
think
meet them.
Lucky there's people
They
that
were- like,
go on the thing,
and
do pen
speak
pal,
to
and just start
people,
fighting
yeah.
out. If you're already with your partner,
Yeah.
that's your partner. Do you know what I mean?
No, but even that, should I? No, sorry, real and raw. Anybody, if you love your, no, sorry, because honestly,
Sorry, I don't know why I misjudged you.
I don't even want the man
No,
in
yeah,
prison
but-
to watch this, because they can actually hate me forever. If you love
No, you
yourself,
can't hate us. It's
if
our
you
opinion.
love yourself, and you are with a man who has got a sentence that exceeds 12 months, if you do not leave, you have got a severe death wish. And let me tell you why.
Death.
Not
Gone
just
to that?
even death, babe.
Oh, wow.
Suicide.
No.
Okay? Let me tell you why. It goes deeper than things like, people always think about, beating where you get tempted. Those things are easy. Anyway, for me personally, that's easy. Like, going a year without beating, I've done it. It's easy for me. Do you understand me?
For
I'm
me,
not,
it's not
personally, I'm not even one to even pleasure myself. I'm all right. I'll just chill. Like, that's just
be
me
fair.
personally. I'm fine. Do you understand me? But when someone serves a sentence of over 12 months, and this is something I've only come to realize very recently, and that's why I say that with time, there are some lessons you can only learn with time. There are some lessons nothing else can teach you except for time. Do you understand me? Seeing something mature and blossom into its entirety. People that serve sentences over 12 months, have something within them that becomes fundamentally broken, and it's different for each individual person. That somebody else can't advise you on how to deal with your person, because it's going to be different for that person. Either their level of patience breaks, or their level of understanding of things breaks, or the way that they communicate breaks, or the level of something about being behind bars for more than 12 months breaks something that is fundamental in relationships in that person. And that's why I always say that if you do date someone who has been to prison, you need to make sure that they have healed from prison. Because a lot of people talk about
That's true.
prison like it's just a normal thing. It is something to heal from. Let's not let's not make. Do you understand me? Even if they do have all the tins of tuna that I talk about, I do always talk about prison like it's a walk in the park, because logistics wise, it
And the
is
kettle
like you get the meals and listen. I see man making brown stew chicken in kettles. I'm talking real peppers and everything, yeah. But I'm talking mentally. There's something they don't get back. Do you understand?
that's true.
And they have to heal from that, and they have to actively put in a lot of work to become better from that. And I feel as though people who date people in those circumstances are actively signing up to subjecting themselves to abuse, because where they are broken, they will act broken. And that will trickle into the relationship. I've never met somebody who has been to prison for more than 12 months who does not have an area in their life. I mean, even people who haven't been to prison, most of us have an area in our life where it's shaky and it's fundamental.
And
so
true.
imagine if you've been under those strength. I'm telling you, if you want the love to work, you're better off even just saying, I chat to you when you come out. And if they truly love you, they'll understand what you mean by it. And if you truly love them, you'll hold yourself. If not, it was never meant to be. If you can move on and find someone else, it was always the right decision to make.
Yeah.
And that's just me keeping it 110%. Like,
There's plenty of fish in
yeah,
the sea.
plenty.
Plenty of
I
fish in
would
the
never
sea.
do it again. I've done it. I've parented through it to the point where I feel like I lacked self-love so much that I even subjected my child to something that I now view as so wrong.
Yeah.
I took Malika repeatedly. I'm not talking once or twice. I'm talking some of my friends that are my friends now and our daughters are friends. They met on prison visits. It's insane. It doesn't even make sense to me. When I think about Belmarsh, when they opened her nappy, we're in the queue, by the way. Other visitors
And I promise you,
are in the queue.
even when I went on a visit 2 weeks ago, by the way, you know you can't be wearing things that, do you know that they told me hello?
Remove, if that
Go-
cleavage is showing,
Go
lift
and
it
get
up
a
right
jacket.
now.
I even said, no, this is
Lift it right now. The earrings.
For kids to be doing that is
She had
wrong.
just had her ears pierced. I had to remove those earrings. She cried so much because they said if you don't remove the earrings, you're not coming in. And then guess what? Because we took so long to do that process, when we got in, was late, and I was abused by the prison anyway. We were shouting out so much we didn't even sit down. I hate that story for me every single time.
Sorry.
Do you know that he cussing so much? Are you done? What time did you go? That even
And one thing is they don't like when you're late. You can't go to prison visiting.
late or miss a call. And that's, I think, people that speak to people in prison, you are so strong. I've done it. If you miss that call, your heart can beat, bro, because you know the next phone call you get is, you've done the worst thing. You're the worst person in the world. You might as well have done a bomb.
Can I have a nap?
You can't. If you
Gosh.
have a nap, you was beaten. You was even in an orgy. If you have a nap, you was making an adult film, bro. Like what? There's no
Nah, man.
capacity.
I
Love
think-
yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Excuse me, we're speaking from the Mutema.
Yeah, Mutema.
Because we know, we're saying it
From
because
where we've been.
From where we've been.
From where
Now I
we've been.
want you lot to go there.
Like, it's very, very tough. Okay, next segment, we're gonna get a bit personal to us.
Please let us
Real,
open up.
yeah. And I think we need a little bit of punchy.
Real and raw.
Oh, look at me dropping it. Real and raw.
Real and raw punches.
As you can see, these are what we had at our events, and our things.
Oh
are
yeah, I
never
still need to
meaty.
post our event
Yeah.
content, by the way.
Our things are never ever meaty. So yeah, I need a drink before we spill all. It trung. Lord God. Okay. Cleanse the palate.
Cleanse it. You can have popcorn rotting.
We're doing vibes today. So we are going to talk about what self-esteem looks like for us in various aspects. I'm going to list the aspects. So I'll list one aspect, then we'll talk about what self-esteem looks like for us in 2026. Trang, innit? What that self-esteem looks like for us in 2026. And we have got 3 topics.
All right.
Okay.
Load them.
So you're going first in this one because I feel like it's juicier for you.
Okay.
What does self-esteem look like for you in terms of love? So like relationships.
Can you come back to me?
Sis said, I need a hiatus.
No, you start. Because I have to really think about my one.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. This is serious.
What self-esteem looks like for me in love is, number one, not being so angry about my status. So I have this thing. People will always make little comments like, when's the next baby, or when are you guys getting married? And those comments make me really upset. But I think it's just because I'm insecure in the fact that I feel like, where is the baby, where's the ring? But then at the same time, I also don't want those things to be rushed. I want them to come in the time that they're supposed to come in. And so that was the insecurity I had to look at and just be like, all right, Lucky, like, get some self-esteem. You know where your relationship is. You know that you're happy in your relationship. You know that the children that you have at the moment are more than enough for you to feel fulfilled. So really, what is it? Is it society's expectations of where you're supposed to be right now? Is it family expectations of where you're supposed to be right now that are truthfully making you feel like something's wrong? Because what I've realized about having low self-esteem or forcing yourself to feel like something's wrong, when you think like that, things then do become wrong. Do you understand? And so you start to act like things are wrong, and then things do end up becoming wrong. Do you understand? And so I've learned to not self-sabotage in terms of feeling insecure about where I am, because I know that whenever my day comes, it will be special. And the other day I had to remind myself that as much as I feel like I'm late, everybody only gets that special day once anyway. Or if you do it the right way, how it's supposed to be, you only get that special day once anyway. So
you don't want to do it more than once.
Like, what does it matter when it comes? Now, don't get me wrong, there is a religious aspect for me where it's just kind of like, in terms of conviction for my soul and my relationship to God, it is something that I have made a requirement, because that is also a part of my self-esteem, knowing that whether I have children out of wedlock or not, I am a wife, and that is what I was created to be, and that is who I will be. And that is something I had to work hard on, because I remember at some point I even started convincing myself that I don't really care, until one day I had to be like, are you sick? Like, what do you mean? Of course.
And I really care. And you know, one thing I really hate, when girls move like, they
I
don't want to
care,
be,
I don't care.
I don't care, like, I just want to be in something that's just riffraff. Why would you? That is so demonic.
And
that
they
is what the
think
devil,
that's them accepting their personal
and that's what the devil does to you. Know,
he wants you to be there.
He wants you to be stuck. He wants you to believe that it's okay for you to just be any girl. No, when you're a child of God, you shouldn't put your mind,
regardless of the decisions that
those,
you've made, by the way. Like,
can't put your mind to those things, because as you said, you actually start to believe like, okay, yeah, that's how you end up now, a riffraff, yeah girl, from here to here to here to here. Then by the time you do want to get married, nobody wants you. Used, abused, throw away the key.
In the trash, honey.
In the trash.
So yeah, no, that was something I had to work on. And then also understanding that I'm a woman.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
what, you was a man, but you a woman.
Do you know what it is? I'm saying this so calmly, but it was the hardest thing I've ever had to learn in my life, because I had to tap into survival mode in my last relationship. And people don't understand what survival mode looks like and how internally
survival
it goes.
The fittest. And I feel like we both have survival modes, but in different ways.
Different ones.
I feel like yours is more of like
rugged, tunnel vision. I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to do it all.
I feel like my one is because of my abuse, childhood trauma. You live in survival mode. You don't realize.
And it's a real thing. And it ends up changing your character, and it ends up altering.
Bad temper.
Yeah, do you understand?
And
so I became so masculine, like, to the point where my partner would comment on it like quite a few times. And at first I was defensive, and that's what happens when you're insecure about something.
Obviously,
you get defensive,
you don't want to hear
right?
It. You don't want to believe that that's what
you don't even know how insecure you're making me. But then it's like, okay, if he can't tell you, who can then? Who is the right person to then tell you that you need to tap back into this femininity before it goes all the way? Now, when I say femininity, I don't even necessarily mean being in a relationship or being a girlfriend or even necessarily displaying certain behaviors. I mean understanding what my role is to society and what my expectations are of the people around me. When a woman taps into her masculinity, she lets go of any expectations of people around her, and that's a really lonely, dangerous, ugly and stagnant place to be, because you can't move on your own. And that was something I had to learn the hard way, that you can't move on your own. Do you understand me? As much as I can do a lot of things, and I can do a lot of things, I know that I still stand 10 toes behind that. There's a lot of things that I can do on my own that a lot of women can't. But I can't do it all alone. And that was a big lesson for me to learn in terms of I am worthy of the help. I am worthy of calling and saying, I'm going to the shops, can you come and meet me, and so that we can take the shopping, whether there's a vehicle or not. Do you understand me? I always used to like act as if I'm people's mum. So like if there's no car around, I'll be thinking, oh no, I'm not gonna. But why have I given myself that autonomy? Why have I put myself so low that I'm the one that should now carry double instead of asking them to come and meet me halfway? Do you understand? Why do I feel like I'm that low? And I've learnt now, I'm a princess. I'm going to ask you. And if respectfully, if you don't give me the answer that I feel is fair and I'm quite a fair person, then there will be repercussions to that. And I've started to learn that consequences are essential when you're in a relationship, and understanding what you need from someone is important for you to relay. And if you value yourself, you'll do it. It's not self-love to be like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not isn't loving yourself. I'll be honest with you. It's being the loser. It's
I feel like
at the bottom.
A big word we need to use in this whole self-love thing is boundaries. Because lack of boundaries causes a lot of disrespect. And you don't have boundaries when you don't love yourself. So for me, mine definitely would be boundaries. For me, it's like there was no borderline. Everybody comes in my life, takes, abuses.
But respectfully, you're kind of naturally like that.
And I'm left traumatized. So the problem I have now, my self-esteem, is there's too much trauma in my brain. Do you get it? I've got so much trauma, I just feel like, am I ready for a relationship? Hence why right now I'm in a place where I'm just like, okay, you know what, you actually have to be by yourself and really figure out what's going on.
You exercising self-love. You saying that, like, I can love me instead of allowing people to come and do fake love. That's actually abuse, because I think that's a real thing. Like,
and the thing is, when you've been abused your whole life, you get
normal.
used to abuse.
Yeah,
You even just start taking
it becomes a show of
you tolerate it. You can handle it. In fact, sometimes you even feel like being alone is even too boring. Let me even just go and take the abuse.
And get the drama,
Do you get it?
It's
so that I'll definitely say, and I'll say definitely something for my self-esteem is, obviously, I'm sure some people have been talking about it, about my weight. That's a big thing for me. You see one thing, I feel like people are fake. Nobody wants to be a Biggie Binti. Sorry. If you actually...
People learn to just accept...
I hate that people pretend that it's okay to be big, fluffy, Biggie Binti. It's not normal.
You can still love yourself in those stages.
You can still love yourself in those stages, but I feel like... I didn't love it. That's for me, as I'm saying, I didn't love it. And obviously...
Like, work on it though.
That's why I'm taking the steps to work on it. Pray about it, doing what I have to do to, and I'm happy I can see...
She be on the treadmill.
On that walking pad. I can see the difference in myself, and I can see how confident I've already become because of it. Do you get it? Because I do feel like I used to tolerate certain things because I was Biggie Binti. You don't deep things.
So it was affecting the pool that you was
Yeah,
accepting.
like, I would just, like, the thing about me, okay, Lucky sometimes, Lucky's a hater anyway, because I don't even chat about my type. I think my type is nice, but she's a hater. Other people say I get paintings, but Lucky always feels like...
I've seen her with maybe 2 paintings.
That's such a cap! Lucky! Me! Anyway, it's true too.
I think that the rest of the people will punch him.
Let's not make it... It's long, please. In fact, yes, too. But I'm thinking, how long is the list? But nah. But... Defo, I was tolerating nonsense. Especially when I get the paintings that I think they're doing nonsense, but I'm having it a little bit. You do, that's little things that happen, you don't realise it, but, it's a story about Lamori. But right now, I feel like I'm in a place where I'm really actually loving myself.
Selective. Because that was going to be my next question, to round off the one for relationships. So tell us one boundary that you've established for 2026 that shows more self-love in terms of relationships.
Okay. With men, I feel like if somebody likes you, they like you. If they want you, they want you. I'm not doing the whole, because sometimes I always try to like...
So you require intention.
Yeah, intentionality. That's it. That's the word. I'm not doing the thing, let's see. No, be intentional. Even me, I know what kind of man I want. I want a God-fearing man, a man of God, someone that loves God so much that they won't disrespect me. That's where I'm headed. I'm just putting it out there, okay? So if you're looking for me, that's what I want. Don't be coming with your JJJ thing, because I'm praying against you anyway. I'm rebuking you. So when I'm praying, I'm rebuking you. Back to sender. Back to whoever sent you to me. back there. Because it's people praying for you to your downfall. They'll be praying that you get one year guy like this. I don't want it. So stay over there. Thank you. What about you?
My boundary that I've put in place is not accepting the whole load. I think that's something I've been very used to. That's something
And I'm happy that you say that.
Yeah, I normalize it even for the people around me. I'll be honest with you. Even my mum said it the other day. My mum's a very helpful person. She helps me a lot in terms of my children. It's never a complaint. I'm her only child anyway, so there is nobody else for her to look after anyway. So it is literally just me and my kids. And she even said to me that like sometimes I make it difficult for people to help me, because I'm so used to having the whole load that when people ask me what should be delegated to them, I don't even know what to give them, that I just frustratedly do everything myself anyway. So 2026, a boundary that I've established more for myself as opposed to the people around me, because I feel like in terms of that aspect, it was more work I needed to do instead of the people around me, because it was something I was stopping from happening. But that's my boundary. I will not be taking on the whole load in 2026. Okay, let's move a little bit away from relationships. We'll make the last one. Okay, so now, in terms of how have you shown more self-love in terms of your work environment?
I haven't.
I will tell you where you have.
Okay, tell me, because...
So, Shanice did something at work, right?
What did I do this time? Because I've been doing
the last place where you did something. And usually, when she stops working somewhere, it will be like, F them anyway, like, they're lost, like, oh, I hated it there anyway.
All right.
But this time,
I do.
This time it was more like, do you know what, yeah? I love myself enough to identify a character that I displayed there that is not going to help me in any future employment. And you actively, I don't know if you can understand, you have continuously spoken on that experience and that character, that it shows me that is something that sunk in for you, that was like, if I love myself, I can't keep displaying this character. Otherwise, look now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And instead of taking it as a, oh, well, F them anyway, you actually saw that, no, wait. For the love of Shanice, change this.
Stronger from the east. Change it
this thing.
now.
And I think that
because even I have that character.
Self-love.
Yeah, because I have that character. Not even just, okay, like, but even with, like, sometimes with my family.
Like, bunny,
like, bun them. Pussies. Yeah, like, and you know what? Grace, I think that's something I've learned. You have to have grace for others and grace for yourself. Because sometimes I feel like I don't have grace for myself. And those things affect my self-esteem. Because I'll be so angry at myself, but I'm not telling myself where I'm gone wrong. But I'm now so depressed.
You're just so
at my bad character that I displayed. You get it? So actually, thank you for identifying that for me. It's lovely to know that, you know, you see me and you see my growth.
She be growing, y'all.
I'm growing. I feel like the only thing I always say is my temper.
But even me growing.
Even me and Alicia spoke about that today. Even Alicia told me, I went to the corner shop the other day. I was so rude to the guy, but now I need to go back to that shop. But I
apologize.
But why would you use it? I don't even know. I just have that bad character.
Yeah.
It's a bad character, man.
It's not good.
Oh, God. Heal us.
For me, where I've shown myself self-love is, number one, being realistic with what I can achieve. I'm so unrealistic with my timing sometimes.
No. You know what? Oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But I think this is the best day of my life. Lucky can say this. Lucky. I love your delusion.
I could put 10,000 things in one
But
hour.
Lucky was saying, yeah, I'm going to paint the wall. You know, you killed me on Malika's birthday. He said, you said that you was going to paint the house.
And I was so
put the thingy, put the TV on the wall, do the birthday thing. I just looked at this guy. I just said, let me come up to the phone, bruv. I don't even have nothing to say.
She hates me when I start doing it.
And I think you can see my face when I think, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the front door. Because how are you going to do it?
Hates when I do that.
Lucky, she can and you know what? I'm happy that you want to do it all. But
well, guys, as you can see, I'm working on it because it doesn't work out. So what happened is, for Zanaya's, all I actually managed to accomplish was I did paint the walls. Paint the walls, right? I didn't manage to paint the skirting though, but I painted the walls. We got the TV up. and we did the birthday sit up. We did not put up the fireplace or the paneling, and I didn't paint the skirts. But I think 3 out of 3 is good. 3 out of 6 is good.
But even this is why you always died. You didn't even need to paint that day. This is what the
I just wanted the walls fresh because people come
like
to my house.
when she wants something, it's like she has to do it in that moment. But wait, you can actually do it tomorrow or the day after. You can.
I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm a bit spectrumist. I don't know what
what
diagnosis, but
even when today I was like, have you done it? I was really thinking like, guys, Lucky was on time today, guys. Let's clap for Lucky. Because Lucky's timing. Lucky can think she can do 4 braids, four people's braids in a day.
Sometimes my partner can't.
And I'm like, are you a
in fact,
psychopath?
I think he's gonna be so happy to hear this. He'll say to me like, "Oh, how long?" He'll be in the bedroom. Be like, "How long you got?" I'll be like, "Oh, 9:30 max." And he even said to me, "You like to use words like max."
Yeah, yeah, you do. You be like 9:30 max. Yeah, done. We're done. After these 4 cameras here,
Just do this.
No, it's gonna be so quick. Not even 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes.
10:55. I can even have half left. But do you know what it is? In my brain. My brain's just fast, like in my brain, but I'm working on it. I'm being more realistic. Because I get really stressed. I do. When I end up under delivering.
I had to send her a message and say, hello, can you take time for yourself, please?
Yeah.
Don't come
like
and
today,
die.
I didn't put no clients on. Usually, I was supposed to have a client, but I moved them,
and then come and do your own hair,
yeah.
do her makeup and finish, just gonna make it on time. You just
It
can't.
doesn't work, yeah. So working on that,
Proud.
I'm going to be better. And I think my clients will be happy to hear that as well because a lot of them have to wait.
Yeah.
And they know that I'm the people them's mum. If you ain't got no manners, I'm a teacher some. So they do display a lot of manners respectfully. And they are quite patient with me. But I know deep down inside they're thinking, what a bitch. Like,
this girl,
why would you make me come here when I'm not ready? So I do apologise publicly and openly.
But she doesn't do it on purpose, guys. She genuinely believes.
Yeah, it's like a time.
I think as well, guys, moving forward, just ask her, no, but Lucky, can you really do it? No, because even me, I always say, Lucky, if you just can't do the hair,
just let me know.
Because there's only 2 people that do my hair, Lucky and Liani.
Bad girl Liani did it.
Yeah, okay. Only the 2 of them do my hair. I'm highly blessed and favoured that I have people that do my hair and slay me. But I would say to Lucky, if you know you can't do it, it's okay.
Just let me know.
Me, I could go to my other sister Liani. Liani, if you know you can't do it, tell me. I'll go to Lucky because they both have this thing where you can't. Guys, don't kill yourself.
And sometimes I actually think to myself, are you a heart surgeon? It's actually not that it's hair. If someone doesn't get their hair done now, what happens? Because one time even Zena asked me, she said, but mum, the lady was coming at 11, she said, but if she doesn't do it today, mum, like, what happens? And she was genuinely asking me, like,
what happens?
What's the repercussion?
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
Even
they
for
just
you,
don't have their head up.
No, in fact, the repercussion is for her even.
But, yeah,
she's the one that's going to be sad. For you, you're going to go to sleep nicely. But that's the thing about Lucky. Let me tell you one thing about Lucky. Lucky doesn't like disappointing people. As long as I've been in Lucky's life. Oh,
and it's weird since someone's so assertive. I know. From the
fact that I said it, like,
and our mums are coming, our bestie mums
are coming on, guys, next episode. But as long as I've known Lucky, she doesn't like to disappoint. And sometimes I'm just like, just disappoint me. It's okay. Just disappoint me.
I think that within itself, and I'm going to talk about that in terms of friendship, because that's the next one we're going to talk about.
Okay, that's good.
That's the last one. In terms of friendship.
Sorry, I kiss my teeth.
Yeah, no, because it's really giving, kiss your teeth.
2026,
I just
a lot of you
in my mouth, so I can't, but it's really giving that because in terms of friendship, I really do feel as though I've always given more than I've got. And that within itself is just a lack of self-esteem. Like, every day I'm worried to disappoint people, but you're not worried. In fact, you can disappoint me so easily. It's kind of bizarre that it's so natural for you. I just think that's so wicked, though. No, and you hate me. You do. My partner always says I'm being dramatic, but I'm not. You hate me because if I couldn't disappoint you,
actually don't fuck with me though.
You don't. You can't.
You don't fuck with me.
You can't.
And anyway, one thing about me, I've been realizing who fucks with me and don't fuck with me.
And it's important.
That's the truth. Don't ever think that because I'm still
self-love,
cool with
babe.
you, I'm still talking to you. It's just out of grace that we're still. But every single one of my friends, I know who actually is my friend, fucks with me heavy, and I know who's my friend for what they can gain from me. One thing is a lot of people feel like a lot of people can't gain from me, but a lot of people do. Yeah.
And I know that's right.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if someone has more money than me.
Even
I don't care if someone does more me.
Articulation,
everyone
things.
They needed me. Not to be rude.
Respectfully.
They needed me. There's not actually a lot of friends I've learned any valuable lessons from. The only ones I can count them. Lucky, Bissy,
Big Bissy.
and for now,
that's what you're
Lucky, Bissy.
For
now, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no one that actually
pouring.
pause that helped me elevate. when you come, I know when you leave my life, you're bored. As heck, mate, you're
And
bored.
you're wondering
What I'm doing. I don't have to worry about you because you're boring. I made you, bitch. I'm joking. I'm
I'm
joking.
putting this on social. I'm putting this on social.
Put it. What? Who's
Yeah.
gonna say what?
I will.
Because it's not a lie. One thing about me, I can be anything, but I'm not a liar.
Not a liar,
I'm not a liar and I'm not a loser.
wannabe.
But the truth of the matter is, people come, and especially when people know you're vulnerable. And this is another thing. Sorry, self-esteem, love. I'm not showing people my vulnerabilities anymore because you lot are fake.
Even in
as
terms of
fuck.
friendship. I feel
You lot are fake as fuck.
Showing all your friends
Once
what
people
your ex-friend did and
Did, or when you're in a bad
Dead.
time, even all these things when you're in a low time. Hello, call your mum.
or your Bible. Seriously.
In fact, open that
If your
Bible,
mum's
go
not
to God
good,
first.
Then go to the
And if your
Bible,
mum is
yeah.
not good, and I'm so sad to hear that.
That's really sad.
'Cause
Some
my mum
people
is my
don't-
life.
Yeah, but some people don't have
And
that.
that's so sad.
We're
Your
very
mum,
blessed. We're very blessed.
I'm blessed. I have sisters. I'm blessed. Lucky's my cousin.
We can.
That's
yeah,
my right hand. Do you get
We
it?
can chop it up like that.
Because one person I know, in fact, sometimes I even think Lucky, she loves me so much because of my thing. She'll even cradle me when she knows that she needs, no. In
silly
fact,
girl.
this, do you know what I mean? But the rest, because I'm just deep in it, like, what the hell? You lot come. They can be going through hell. Me too, I'm going up and
It's
down
a
through
form
hell.
of abuse. It's a form of abuse.
But
And they
I'll
use
make
it
sure I'm
against you as
there.
well. Because you know friends will say things like, oh yeah, because even, no, because your temper, because even, remember when you went, and they'll talk about a situation where you and your man were arguing or something. Now
No,
you're
I will
coming
never
to use
forget.
something
I will never
told
forget.
you.
When people are beefing you, when people chat shit about you, it's the devils. They don't want us to expose
Doesn't
them,
wanna say
but
it.
we're gonna expose
I'm
you
gonna say it
today.
anyway. And
Yeah.
even the popcorn's even going further.
And even enjoy
'Cause
it.
I'm even eating this popcorn
Because
so
I'm
much.
full. I've realised it. You love it. You love it when Shanice is the one to back you, innit? You love it when Shanice has got your back. You love it when Shanice chat shit for
But
you.
when it's your
You love it when Shanice gets in the field. You love that part. Yeah. But then now when we're arguing, you're so angry. You're so
Aggressive,
aggressive.
you're this, you're that.
Make up your
And
mind.
that's why I always say to people, you love my aggression when it's convenient. Innit?
Convenient. You love
when
it.
When it's time for
When
you
it's
to use
time
aggression,
to use it
it's not
and
too
abuse
much.
it, you love it.
It's not overboard.
But then after I'm angry. And first of all, let me explain something. In general, I'm not an angry person. I'm a lit time. I'm the life of the party. I'm very
But
loving.
if something
I'm
needs
very
to be
caring.
addressed,
But if
yeah.
something needs to be addressed, yes, I will get angry. And let me tell you why I'll get angry, because I'm tired of abuse. So when people come around and I've really deeped it. People will use and abuse.
Call you aggressive.
And those
after.
times I used to go out a lot,
But
partying a
that's
lot,
my
you use me to get
self-love
into
for
the
my
Hayats. You know those
friendships.
days, those Hayats, those LA Lounge days.
into,
You're
yeah.
using me because you know
Yeah.
that those times I need the promoters
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get in. You're probably even thinking, how did the fluffy girl know the vibes? Yeah, it was me that was the vibes. You skinny minis at the time weren't doing shit. Yeah,
But that's my self-love boundary for friendships.
I'm not doing
Knowing
it.
when to intervene. Like me personally, I'm big on reading the room when it comes to my friends now. If I'm somebody where when I'm under scrutiny, you don't back me. You as well, when you're under scrutiny, I won't add fuel to the fire, but I won't back you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
understand me? You see, when it's time for, if there's a rumor about me, you're entertaining the rumor. Then even me, when it's time for you,
And I'll hear the
I
rumor.
can't refuse it. I
And I'll
can't
even
refuse
listen
it.
it and I'll
I
take
refuse-
it.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that's my thing. 2026 with all my friendships, I only have the capacity to give my friendships what they're giving me. I'm no longer
That's
giving
it.
even 1% more. If you give me 49, I promise you it's 49 you're getting back, babe.
That's it. Be the friend.
You want to have.
Simple. Because even self-love, I think a lot of people don't understand. Friendships sometimes can affect you more than even relationships. Those are the people that you lay out on the table. So when you're laying it out on the table to people like that abuse you, they know, and people that you've told your deep dark things. That's why even my deep dark things now, they're close
Hold
here in
it.
my chest.
Hold it.
All the ones that you already know in it.
Hold it.
Because one thing about me, no one can shame me.
Is what it
I'll
is.
say my own truth.
Is what it
No one
is.
can shame me. That's another thing as well. Let me make something clear on this pod. No one can shame us. We're very open with who we are.
You gotta hold your things in it, and what happened happened. That's my motto with like what has happened has happened. Anyway, even if I'm ashamed now, it doesn't
then?
erase it. It doesn't erase
It
it.
doesn't erase it.
still
The day's
there.
done. I've done it.
So
It happened.
I have to just take it on the chin, babe. And one thing about me, I take things. One thing about me,
Yeah.
take it on the chin.
Not any none.
Hey.
These
That's
ching
it.
chong
Security!
Security! Beep, 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 beep.
Okay. Oh. So, because this password wants to disgrace me now. What are not loving yourself allows disrespect from friendships, families, and relationships. We're gonna both say one example, not naming the people, but one example when a lack of boundaries Because obviously I feel like for a lot of our viewers, sometimes we've had a lot more life experience than a lot of people, and some of our viewers are younger as well. So sometimes they need to hear it in like a real life experience to understand what that lack of a boundary looks like. You can pick from any of the 3 topics we just spoke about, so love, friendships, or work. But one time when not loving yourself or not having good self-esteem or self-love allowed a disrespect, an example.
You know the problem is, like it always does these things. She knows I don't like to start first. You know how my brain works. You have to go and then I have to marinate it.
I wonder if the mic just had my back. Okay, so yeah. Okay, for me, mine's a bit more recent. I actually never thought I'd say this, but like I have someone who physically has the same blood running through my veins who I know now for a fact I would never speak to again. And that was harder for me than people would think because of my personality. So my personality gives, I don't give a fuck, because really I don't. But then when it comes to a very specific set of people, I really do.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't fake it to myself about when I care. If I care, innit? Like, that's just the way it is. And so this recent tie that I had to sever was low-key hurtful. I'm not going to lie, because it was just like, oh my gosh, like, have you really taken this step? But the problem with me is if I announce that step, I'm never doubling back. So that's the problem.
No,
that
me and Lucky have that problem. That's why I hate saying I'm going to slap someone. Because now I have to do it. Okay, that's why you see what I mean. If I say I'm going to now have to do it.
Even my kids know.
And the fact that I hate someone I hate people when they take me there, because that's not even my character.
It's not what I want to do.
So when you take me there, I feel like you're so evil. Why are you doing that to me? Because I'm a person that I can't say I'm going to just not do it. And maybe we need to pray about that. Maybe it's pride. Because that's not a good thing. That's something I think we should speak to God about and really pray about.
Like
Forgiveness.
Because I think a lack of forgiveness is a lack of self-love as well. Because why do you think you're so important? But anyway, all right, that's a pin for another day. But yeah, I had to sever a tie anyway for God knows how long. And it was in understanding that someone doesn't have to do something to you in order for there to be a lack of love or a boundary that's broken. So I think I always used to take it as if someone does something to me, I'm very quick to react. And I think being very quick to react meant that I missed the things that people were not doing for me. Do you understand me? And within that is a lack of self-love, because why don't you notice the things that people are not doing that they're supposed to do for the capacity that they fill in your life?
Yeah.
And for me, I think it was very overwhelming to find out that this particular person wasn't able to play the role that they have. And so for me, I had to understand that, oh, they don't have to have done something to me. But in allowing other people to do things to me, or in not speaking up when certain things are happening, or when my name is mentioned in certain ways, and in not defending me in certain rooms and in certain conversations, means that there is no way that you have the capacity to love me in the way that I have the capacity to love you. Because if the shoe's on the other foot, respectfully, you couldn't stand in a room before and chat that person to me unless I'm the only person that could. Do you understand me? Yeah. And it's always been that way with that person. Like, you can't, respectfully, like, even my partner knew, like, if we're joking about that subject, like, joke carefully a bit though, because it's not that thing. Do you know what I mean? And so to find out that it's not reciprocated was a very tough pill to swallow. And sometimes I think a lot of people, what you do is you end up ignoring it, because you just think to yourself, well, they didn't do nothing to me. So where I've learnt self-love is someone doesn't have to do something to you to show you that they don't fuck with you, they don't like you, in fact, to show you disrespect. They don't have to have physically done something. Now, for people, handling disrespect looks different. For me, handling disrespect means cutting all ties, because I'm very disrespectful, and you have to know your boundaries. Do you understand me? If I love someone and I feel like they've disrespected me, I'd rather cut them off than disrespect them back, because their disrespect will never match mine. If you go to hell, I promise you, whatever is 10 feet underneath there is lower. Where I'm digging to go, babe.
I'm going
and
lower.
I can't even settle for even hell, because it's not hard enough for me. Like, it's not.
Sorry, it's not hot enough.
It's not
close hot enough.
And so that's why whenever people who I care about disrespect me, I'd rather just leave you there then.
Yeah.
I even have some friends where respectfully I spared you, You seeing me not chatting to you and me letting you block me, because I have some people who think, oh, I blocked her, and they think they did.
I know, you lot grow up, man. What's a block, man? Allow it.
In me allowing you to block me, that was me being the bigger person. Because if I really dug out a fake page now and read your life to you, you could take pills, babe. So that's why I say that, like, if I respect someone and they've disrespected me, I'll just leave it there.
No, but I second that, because you see with a few people how I've like, you can send me a long paragraph, or you can act like, yeah, we're calling you, just stop me. I will never reach out to you. I'll never say nothing to you. I will leave you where you're at. I haven't even got time to even go back and forth, because you think you're doing something to me, but you're not. The moment I do something and somebody did say something about, one thing about us, like, we have to be very careful. Our tongues are very, very powerful, and that's one thing I've realized about us. And I think that's why God has used us to talk in the first place, because when we say things, it touches people. One thing is, I know for certain, if me and Lucky say something, we can ruin someone's whole day, in fact your whole life. So I'd rather,
it's all about tone, cadence, timing.
I'd rather just not.
Yeah.
I'll leave you where you're at. If you think you're doing your big one, you do your big one there,
and do what you're doing. And that's why I've allowed some people to think, oh, they've been the bigger person. And I think really and truly, if you know where I was going, I'm such a big person. I'm a giant. I'm the green giant, because I've been so mature. If you know I want to go, anyway. And some people get cussed on their way out, but not to the extent that I would cuss usually. I take it carefully, but I just feel there's some fundamental things you need to know on your way out. So yeah.
I'm just gonna give you a little pep talk on the way out,
and you go about your day. You understand me?
For me, my one will be in general, because I've realized in my whole life, with family, with friends, with love, I can't mix people. I realize there's something about me that people play with my vulnerability, that my kindness. Like, I'm thinking about, even when it comes to man and girl, I'm not going to say names. You know the person. Friends, family. I give them an inch, they go a mile. And I feel like...
A mile, 10.
10 miles. And I feel like, because I don't do those things to people, I'm more shocked. Why do people do that to me? Why don't you have that barrier? Like, I introduce you to my friend. Now you don't want to be going, chatting shit about me. How? How is that even possible? Them two, you know who I'm talking about. It's just like, no. Even with friends, this is my friend. It's not your friend. It's not your friend, okay? You know them because I brought them to the house.
Be selfish with your relationships, and I think
selfish.
I think that's
now, because one thing about me, I always want to bring everyone together. I have that thing that, because I feel like it's my trauma things. I always try to include, like, make everyone feel included. But when it's me, who makes me feel included? I'm actually thinking about it. Who says, let's bring Shanice and bring her to our thing? Because I actually don't. I'm thinking about it. No one ever does that for me. When people make the ideas that they're going at, nobody ever invites me. But me, I always want to make... So, sorry, I know some people are going to, because it's not in my character. So people are going to be thinking in the future, like, Shanice, you're not really inviting me with this one. Yeah. That's where I'm at, because it's too much.
That's your boundary, and that's your boundary.
It's too much. It's happened on many occasions.
This is boundary 2026. If I want to title it,
boundary 2026. There's a time to pray, and there's a time to play.
Yeah. Amen.
There's a time to pray, and there's a time to play.
And the truth of the matter is, people who don't have self-love, you can't have a purpose. But that's what we're going to end it off with. How can you say that?
You can't land like that.
That
was very powerful.
That's where we're ending. Like,
because where are you going?
No self-love, and you think you have a purpose in this. Like, you can't even love yourself. So how can you even declare your purpose to anybody? Anywhere. And
when you don't love yourself, that's a problem.
No direction.
Because you mean that you don't know how much God loves you.
And you can even be dragged anywhere. You know something I learned about people who don't self-love?
Me.
All over
someone will call me. I have work the next day. I'm going to be sleeping. Come, let's go higher. I'm going the first one like a mumu. Let's go. I don't know where we used to go back in the days.
And that's the last bullet point that you put. When your self-esteem is low, you entertain things you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Why did I go
And it's good I put that bullet point. I knew it.
Why did you?
Even with man, there's some guys you would never talk to you about. You're so bored. You're so desperate. You've entertained such a terrible thing.
And that's why men think women do it on purpose. Sometimes it is sheer and utter crippling.
And that's why a lot of guys
lie.
A lot of guys don't know. Guys, don't be too full of yourself. A lot of guys are fucking with you because they're bored. And you're the only one.
And when someone asks them, they can deny you.
Don't ever think you're too important, because I know a lot of people they think they're way too important. And I'm telling you,
it's not life.
Not nice. Oh wow, this was a very good episode.
A very good episode. And as we told you guys, whether we're drinking yak or not drinking yak or do whatever we're doing, It all starts and ends with God.
Yeah.
Take or leave it.
Take
It's up
or
to you
leave
guys,
it.
anyway.
And we already told you. We've always been coming here with scripture.
It's up to you. But we're,
Take it how
even
you
if
like.
we just had Casa, yeah, and Punch, and we'll end it with God, okay? If you do not have a relationship with God, then how can you... And just that, if you don't have a relationship with God, if God is not your pillar, how can you have self-love? And I'm saying this as somebody who is a Christian and somebody who is, because sometimes I feel as though people mistake understanding for a lack of self-love. And that was something I wanted to clear up. So I am a Christian who has already created a family tie with Islam. If I was as strong in my faith as I am now, when I was single, would I have dated somebody who's not Christian? Maybe not, because I would have understood the value and the intricacy around being equally yoked and what that truthfully means. However, now that I'm in the situation where the family has already been created and it is with somebody who is Muslim, I think a lot of the time people feel as though it's because I have a lack of self-love or a lack of love for my religion. And I just want it to not be mistaken. I have an understanding for Islam. So some people don't have tolerances for other religions. I have a very, very high tolerance, understanding, and even intrigue in Islam, to understand what it means, to understand the practices, to understand the scripture of it. And in understanding it, has it ever swayed me? No. I've always professed, and I will always profess to anybody that I meet, down to my partner or his family, Christianity is where my heart resides for me personally. And sometimes people do ask me that, like, okay, when it comes to your kids, and I always say that I love myself and I love the God that I serve enough to trust that as long as I introduce my children to it and I show my children the practices of Jesus Christ, that's where they will go. So like, for example, Malika, it's no secret, everybody knows that I came to TikTok because Malika was exploring Islam and I was a Christian. She was going to a Christian school. And Malika explored Islam for a very long amount of years. I think it was about 4 to 5 years. And Malika turned around last year all on her own. In fact, I was even ready for her to fast that Ramadan again. And she just said to me, I'm not going to fast this year because I thought about it and my spirit resonates more with Christianity. Did I force her? No. I just did my job. Sundays, church. When my pastor was saying that she was having teen Bible studies, you will sign up. When there's madrasa at the mosque, I'm not going to show hatred towards that. You can go, they're not killing you there. Do you understand me? They're not doing anything to you there. They're teaching you something that's different. And sometimes that's where I feel like a lot of religious people don't have self-love or don't have a strong enough love in their religion. They get very offended by things that are different. But if you're very secure in what your thing is, different shouldn't intimidate you. Different shouldn't be something that is somehow some sort of opponent. It's just different. It's just on that side. Do you understand me? And that's how I just see it. I just see it as, is Islam a competition in my house? No. Islam is there. Christianity is there. And my whole family are moral-led and religion-led. My one requirement that I have is you can't... So I couldn't date somebody who had no faith. That's one thing I've always said. If you just say that you don't believe in God, then there's too much to work on there. So I respectfully, I'm going to bow out. You understand me? I can't. Yeah, that's the work of the Lord. But if you have a premise of faith, I feel enough love in my God that my God loves me enough to understand that this is a family unit that has already been created and it is a household that is operating as I would like a household to operate. So we have two people who are exclusive to each other, who have created this covenant and are trying to bring up their children in a good moral compass. Do you understand? But yeah, that's my little 2 pence on having a relationship with God and having self-love. I think it's really important.
It's so important. I think it's the most important thing you can do. Have a real one, not a fake one as well. Generally, take your time to build your relationship with Christ. That's what I've been trying to do every single day, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. I love Jesus Christ. I confess him as my Lord and personal Savior.
Amen.
Every single time.
Amen.
Every single time. I was going to swear and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Amen.
So yeah, I would suggest if you don't love yourself, get right with the Lord.
Try looking to get a relationship.
But once you love yourself,
yeah,
you can even live in your purpose. All of us have a calling. God has put us here to do something. You might not even know what it is yet, and that's probably because one of the things is you don't love yourself. Let's 2026 loving ourselves, having grace towards ourselves, and also pushing ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if you're not pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself, you're not gonna love yourself.
And I always say, do you know what? There's a comfort in having God. I will never forget, as we close out, there was a 9-year-old girl. She was like a preacher, and she was being interviewed by some podcast host. And they asked her, "But why do you believe in God?" And she said, "Do you know what? I would rather believe in God and Jesus and it all not be real than me take the chance of not believing." I always wonder, like, how does it hurt you for you to just be vulnerable and to just believe? And I always say I don't know if this message is for somebody, but genuinely, like, what can it hurt? If it's not true, then you just walked around trying to be a better version of yourself. Because that's all it does. It pushes you to be a better version of yourself.
Just to be a better version of yourself. Like, let's be real. That is what.
That's the worst that could happen.
Like, if you read Proverbs, it's pushing you. It's an instruction. It's a guide, a tool of how to live your life. And I'm telling you, when you do live your life in that way, your life is much better. You are more at peace. You are.
And even if the peace is fake, you felt the peace.
You felt it.
You feel the peace. It
You
helps
felt
you.
it.
The peace helps you to move forward. The peace helps you to be happier. The peace helps you to be brighter.
Joy,
so
to
either
love,
way,
to be kind.
take the peace. I never understood, but take the peace.
Take the peace.
Okay. So anyway, it's been real and raw.
It's been real and raw.
No, listen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow their Insta. Follow their TikTok. Guys, please, the new TikTok.
Because she's so sorry about this.
No, because someone came to hack that one. It was unnecessary, and that's what was getting our views. It was so childish. Follow the new TikTok. Come on, guys. YouTube, be under the comments. We're gonna bring Spotify, and we're gonna bring
Apple Music. We've been listening to the comments.
We've been listening to the comments, guys. Even in the comments, write things you want us to discuss.
Yeah,
interact with us. Stop being so boring.
And on the next episode, I think we'll vote with our mums on the song names, because we saw some things or something like that.
We saw some names,
So,
and then we'll
vote.
reply back to the person the thing.
We'll vote.
What your gift is. Banana, give some gift.
Banana, gonna gift. Kale.
Gifty.
Kale.
It's been real and raw. Yeah, you know the vibes. You know
we
the
out.
score. You know the score. Bye. Why did I do this? Wait.
And I even did this piece all over my face. And they already gave me a message to say, move the things out your face. Because we can't see you over and out.